Hi, I'm Aaron Taylor-Johnson, and this is In Action with IMDb.
Now, what scene is this from?
That's Kick-Ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, man, yeah. That's the first fight sequence in the movie, actually. I mean, I haven't seen this movie in a while, but... So we shot this in, we shot that in Toronto. I think it's outside of a big diner spot. It was epic, man. It was really epic because Matthew Vaughn had this, I don't know what they called it, but I think it was like a polystyrene ball where they put the camera, the moments where I'm like, you know, we're all getting punched in the thing, there's POV shots of things hitting the lens. It was this, there was this great big ball that we kind of like would like chuck to one another, hit them and then throw them on the floor and then, you know, so we sort of had a lot of fight sequences like with this new camera that we were sort of exploring.
This is the first time the Kick-Ass has seen Hit Girl and Big Daddy. We're just about to go rehearsal.
And I've just seen Matthew Vaughn film through like Ray-Ban glasses now. I'm doing a whole action stunt coordination through that as well. And working with Matthew was very much experimenting in action and stunts and stuff. But that fight sequence was one of my first ones in Kick-Ass with a great stunt team. Choreographed that whole piece over a few weeks. I come from a dance background, so a lot of that stuff I got to do.
How come nobody's ever tried to be a superhero?
We have a little surprise for you.
Okay.
I don't know the last time you saw this, but we brought in your action figure from Kick-Ass.
That's a dope one, man.
If you could revisit this chapter of your life, what would you tell yourself?
I had a great time making it. You know, you can see that I'm not taking myself seriously. We all had a laugh. That was the beauty of making this movie. I was thinking about this the other day when that song Crazy comes on. It came on the radio the other day, so I was thinking of it. And this moment where Chris Mintz-Plasse and I are driving in the Redmobile or whatever it's called, and that song Crazy comes on, and we're just head bobbing, but we've got our like mask looking things on. So it's just the stupidity and the laugh out loud moment of like what feels like a real moment, like just people head bobbing, but in these ridiculous costumes was just, I thought that was Matthew's moment of something that was really funny. It was, I don't know what I would tell myself really. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making it.
That raw. Who are you? I'm Kick-Ass.
Can you tell me what this scene is from?
The Fall Guy.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an awesome fight sequence where it's me, Ryan, and Hannah in a helicopter. Some of that we shot on a crane quite high off the ground, and then a lot of that there were mats either side where we were getting thrown in and out. But yeah, great fun.
He's a stupid stuntman, no one gives a
He's one of the best stunt doubles I've ever had!
How are Ryan Gosling and Hannah Waddingham as scene partners? Could you keep a straight face while trying to get this scene right?
No, I think that was always a challenge to try and keep a straight face. The beauty of that was David Leitch was directing, and I just worked with him on Bullet Train, so I knew that stunt team and how we worked and how it was to sort of collaborate, right? So there are certain action sequences you're trying to shoot that you want to convey a certain narrative or, you know, make it feel real or what have you. And in this sense, the more bombastic and fun, the more you wanted to kind of add to it. That's what we did.
Oh my God, my nose!
There was multiple alternative options for my character in that fight sequence. I think some of them are in the outtakes, but it's always fun to play a character that is sort of like a bit of a douchebag that you want to see get smacked in the balls a few times, you know what I mean? It's that kind of a thing.
That was me, I did that. I did that for you. What are you gonna do for me?
Ryan's fantastic, Ryan's great. Hannah was always adding brilliant comedic moments, so it was a laugh, it was a laugh.
You know, like Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise?
Yeah, they die at the end. Exactly!
Okay, next up, Bullet Train. Can you recall which stunt you did in this scene?
Yeah, running on the platform and I do a dive jump, I think. Yep.
This film was stacked with an all-star cast, including Brian Tyree Henry, Brad Pitt, Bad Bunny, Joey King, and more. Who was your favorite scene partner in the movie?
Brian Tyree Henry, hands down.
Why so?
Well, he was my scene partner for one, but like the bond that we created on that was just a very unique, special bond. You become close friends on a film like that, but also just what we was able to bring to the scenes and push each other's characters, and a lot of improvisation in that, and again, a lot of fun to be had. And I just had so much love and trust for Brian Tyree Henry. I don't have many scenes with Joey King, but she's fantastic in the...
You? I know you.
Bullet Train had a lot of moments in it that gave you kind of this sort of blueprint moment to kind of go, I'd love to play that out, and I'd love to bounce off of other actors in that moment, see what happens and what comes up. All in all, we had just had a brilliant time making a movie like that. I felt very blessed.
Well, what did Thomas the Tank Engine say, Lemon?
That's really mean.
SAA, take responsibility, mate.
You don't sound like that.
Can you tell me what you're looking at?
I don't know. He moves so quick, I don't even know who we're talking about here. Quicksilver.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how did it feel to watch this again?
I don't know, that's literally, I haven't seen it since it probably came out, so that's quite funny. Took me a minute, actually.
You didn't see that coming?
You actually share the role of Quicksilver with your kick-ass co-star, Evan Peters.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to him about you both playing that role?
Last time, I haven't really. I remember passing him at Comic-Con where they had the X-Men lineup of guys, and we both had a moment, like sort of a pinch yourself moment of like, oh my God, aren't we so lucky that we got to be here and still be here doing what we love doing, but funny that we're in two different sort of universes doing it. And to be honest, I have a huge admiration to what he was able to do with his character, with some things that I think were fantastic and worked really well for that character. It's interesting to kind of have that, you know, and I think when you're a comic book character that has this sort of attachment to Magneto and all that, House of M, there's a different, you know, you can have these different connections, so that's kind of cool.
This is not so bad.
The fans absolutely love you as Quicksilver.
Well,
Have you ever
sweet.
seen your action figure by chance?
No, I haven't. No, man, that's dope. Can I have this one as well? Absolutely. Can I have Lizzie Olsen as well? Wow, the likeness is insane. I don't understand. I mean, more for her than it is for me. I don't know who that guy is, but honestly, it's one of those things where you kind of go, you know, when someone makes a figurine, doll figurine of a character you play, it's kind of mind-blowing, you know? It is very overwhelming. The highs and the lows, it's almost they neutralize each other out because it's such a high that you kind of don't know where to go. So sometimes you're constantly just kind of never taking them for granted, you know, by any means, but it's wild. Yeah, Lizzie Olsen, phenomenal actor, absolute star, and a wonderful person, wonderful human being, and I'm not just saying that, she's really lovely.
You good?
Yeah.
I was very fortunate. We play husband and wife in Godzilla, and we play brother and sister in Avengers, and I don't know why she didn't resurrect me, though.
There's a solution to every problem.
In the Kraven the Hunter trailer, fans can see you jump off cars, flip off walls, fall from trees. Can you tease any stunts that fans can look forward to?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of Kraven iconic moments from the comic book, you know, one of which is like his sort of jump through the air and throwing the spear. We have a couple moments like that, which are ideally, you know, you see that moment and you go, that's a Kraven signature, a signature Kraven move, you know. The weapons in which he uses are objects that he can just grab right there and then. Some involve, you know, like animal teeth or horns or whatever has been hanging around. I loved kind of taking the element of this character that you would see in his habitat in the wild, in the forest, running through trees, and taking that guy and then sticking in an urban environment like the city, like London. And so we wanted this kind of barefoot running across like the streets and smashing into double-decker buses and stuff like that. That kind of character that you've seen in the comic books go up against rhinos and big beasts, and now he's going up against, you know, cars and trucks and stuff like that and ripping doors off and stuff like that. So that's kind of cool, and I hope that's what the fanboys want to see, because that's kind of what we gave them.
I stared death in the face, and for the first time, I saw my true self.
So we know your version of Kraven will pay homage to the comic book version. What proper costume of Kraven's really helped you get into the character?
So this is the iconic Kraven, right? He's got his spear. He's wearing, his iconic look is he's wearing this lion head, right? That was a huge and interesting challenge for us in the movie. And I think we've found a way to tell that story in such a sentimental and sensitive way that feels like Kraven, our character, really earns the right to be wearing this incredible, iconic superhero outfit. Obviously, the other thing is his physicality. He had huge arms, and he's completely ripped on his stomach. So that, you know, that's a costume. That was a costume. In my eyes, I had the challenge of having to transform physically to a place that felt like it was telling the story of what this character was just by transforming my body, which was a challenge.
You don't get to do that to me anymore.
In the comics, Kraven gains his superhuman abilities by ingesting special herbal potions. So if you did that in real life, what super skill would you gain?
Wisdom? I don't know, I'm just thinking, you know, like, what are we talking here? Like ayahuasca, a little bit of mushrooms, wisdom, a little bit of like intrinsic. I mean, his whole, you know, like Calypso is the master of the elixir, the tonic that gives him some strength, and we'll see. We'll see how it happens.
Who's next?
The comic books were everything. They informed me for everything. That became my Bible, that became the thing, and there's a lot that you can get from that, and then there's a lot where we needed to add a lot more layering, complexity, a lot of depth and relatability. A character, a villain character, where you can find empathy and humanize in certain places is always a really unique challenge. So we'll see how our boy does, you know?
There's only one way off.
There's 6 of us and only one of you.
There's 6 of you now.
How did it feel reflecting on some of your most rated films on IMDb?
Yeah, I feel very grateful and privileged to work with some really talented filmmakers, some great stunt coordinators and teams. I'm super excited to share with the world what we've done with Kraven the Hunter. I feel very fortunate to be still here standing with a couple of little figurines in my hand. I've got a Kick-Ass, a Kraven, and a Quicksilver. I couldn't get any more better than that, really, honestly.
Embrace who you really are, son.
Kraven the Hunter hits theaters December 13th.